today we are here all dressed in pink, simply because we have a heart for those women and men, I would say. Please don't cross out men from this. Women and men who go through cancer, who lose their lives, who are battling. So if I could just, once a teacher, always a teacher. This pink, this pink that we wear, this ribbon that we wear, I think we should be wearing it all year round. But unfortunately, like most events that we celebrate because of awareness, 7 months allocated to that. So next month, we pay more attention to men. We celebrate November. This is Pinktober. So this pink is a symbol of sort of remembering those who have lost their lives to cancer, those that are battling with cancer, and the progress that we have made, not only in the globe but also nationally, to see how best we can battle this. I'll be very blunt when I say it should not be taken as a joke. Any health issue should not be taken as a joke. I mean, I saw 3 people lifting their hands up because our families are concerned. I lifted my hand up because I worked in the Ministry of Health and I know, I've seen how women suffer. Not only women. For me, I think it's the family is the biggest victim when they lose a woman. The children are the biggest. The cancer probably has a lot of impact on children and families too. And we will not be able to know the pain that goes with this kind of diseases if we don't go through it ourselves. If we lose a loved one, if we lose a mom, if we lose a daughter or a daughter-in-law, or if we go through it ourselves, I think then we can be good advocates. But I'm not wishing that on anyone for that matter. We talk to cancer survivors and we hear the stories. And one of the biggest things I heard from them was the fact that lack of family support. There are incidences where the husband, the spouse, or the partner, and also the husband, this time is the partner and living in all this. So the partner, when the partner deserts you and leaves you to fight this battle alone. So that the slogan or the theme for Pinktober awareness should always be, no one should fight it alone. The support that we need to give. And I must put on record the work done by the Fiji Cancer Society. Great work done in trying to bring more relief and comfort to those families. Yeah? The counseling services that people need. But I mentioned this in Bar on Saturday, is why do we leave it to so late? Why is it that we leave it to so late? Like I said, I'll be very blunt and frank. I have seen breasts of women that were lost when they came to the hospital. Blood, pus filled, gone. But the woman is still there in the family. The question is, where was the family when she was suffering? And it's ugly. I wish we could do a presentation one day and show you the realities of this. Maybe go break time, Google and see what happens. Okay? It basically rots your body away. And you see dead meat, you see stinking meat. And then the question is, why so late for diagnosis? The mantra here should be early detection can save life. Any disease for that matter, early detection. But what do? We keep pushing it, keep pushing it. I'll go to the hospital tomorrow, I'll go and see the doctor tomorrow, and tomorrow changes to month, and month changes to years, and years changes to last. So the message that you need to take to your communities, and you can be a breast cancer advocate, is the fact that seek medical help as soon as possible. In Fiji, we have this norm that traditional medicine works. I've heard women telling me that you will eat the leaves of some vegetable and put in the breast, the lump will go. If maybe they believe. But my advice would be to seek help from your doctors. Right? So, and like I said, we shouldn't sugarcoat any disease, especially breast cancer. Let me tell you why. It's not cheap. Treatment is not cheap, remember that. Treatment is not cheap. The resources that we need, it doesn't come easy, right? We require funds, we require resources, we require a whole lot of things, emotional support to ensure that we fight this problem. Mr. Prasad talked about the numbers. People who died, millions who suffer across the globe. So as a woman, as a man, please prioritize this. See, every battle that we have, we say it's a women's issue. I mean, what is this women's minister saying? Okay, It has to be men and women together. Whether you're fighting for gender equality, whether you're fighting for prostate cancer, whether you're fighting diabetes, whether you're fighting this breast cancer, cervical cancer, it has to be a joint effort. Male members in the family, male members in the organization. It's not only a women's issue, it's a family issue. So talk to your partners, right? Talk to your colleagues and see how best you can change their mindsets about how we need to take every disease seriously. You know, sometimes we are shocked or somebody died just like that. Here, today is here and tomorrow is gone. It has a disease linked to it. Probably he was drinking too much. Probably she was eating sugar too much. Whatever. Every abnormality that you see, you might have a backache. It's just a backache. Let me take a Panadol and I'll be okay. If it's a headache, okay, let me take a Panadol and I should be fine. It's just like dehydration. No. Medical services are readily available. Whether you can afford private, whether you go to a public hospital, please seek medical attention. Sometimes we become out of it ourselves. It's okay. Chal jai, you know. Rendo, yan jayega. It shouldn't be. Once you are born, you are born. Just remember that. You walk, somebody else will come and take your place. You may be the GM, you may be the CEO, you may be the senior accountant. But if you're born tomorrow because you are sick and you are careless about your health, somebody tomorrow will come to you, take the chance. Same thing applies to me. So because we are so carried away by the work pressures, by other responsibilities and commitments, we forget. We don't sleep on time, we don't eat on time, we don't eat the right food, we don't eat the right amount. If you are drinking, then you continue to drink. If you are smoking, please stop smoking and drinking. If you are keeping moderately, exercising, most of us, exercise is good for health. But how many of us actually, after a day's work, don the joggers and your canvas and go walk? Super has such beautiful places to work. No. Because we go home and we have to cook. We have to cook, then we have to wash, then we have to sweep, then we have to cook for our children. Women especially. Men may go out to the pub and sit and drink, take a job with friends. But what do we do as women? We think everything is on our shoulders. But when we go, when we die, then who's affected? Maybe your little kids are there, your grandkids are there, and then you are just gone. You just become a human. So, we in Fiji record up to 600 new cases of cancer, 50 to 70%, 50 to 70 breast cancer surgeries, and up to 130 breast cancer diagnoses in both men and women. So I say that this month we should talk about men as well, and men and women you should talk among yourself as well. I think that's the most important thing. Early detection saves life, and no one should fight it alone. And Fiji Cancer Society, please take note of things that's been discussed here. We will be meeting you tomorrow. So the ministry is doing their own hiding tomorrow, and then of course what we've done, like I said, we forget the children. So we're trying to organize something for Christmas for those children who have lost their mothers. And we can continue to do this. It should not be restricted to the month of October, no. Let's continue to do this in our own ways, in our community if you know. And the last thing, I think it's a shame associated with losing a breast. I think it's that for many women. Oh, what will they think? Oh, what will my husband think if I don't have a breast? What will my family think? What will my mother-in-law think because I've lost a breast? And I've said that. Does that define you as a woman? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The breast should not define you as a woman. If there is a problem, go have it cured. It's like a sore on your foot. No problem. But because we hide it, because we are women and women are, seen as objectified as, I don't want to say it here, but just because you lose a breast, many survivors, if you talk to them, they're living a normal life because they had one breast removed, they had a transplant, etc. Let's not go there. Let's see how best we can detect it very early. Simple things like morning checks. Men here, ask your wives occasionally, right? Have you done your self-examination? Any lump, free. Self-examination is free. Any lump that you see in your body, you touch it yourself, that should trigger alarm bells. Then the mother can go and talk to her daughters as well. Or you have a daughter-in-law. But men, please pay attention to these issues. I'm sure your partners and your wives look after you very well. it becomes your duty, it becomes your moral obligation to see that you are included in the well-being, the health side of your families. Okay, and the women the same thing. Men also die from breast cancer. Don't think it's just the women that die. We have men who lost their life because of breast cancer. So the last word I'd like to say, cancer kills. Cancer kills, and it's a very, very painful death. Painful not only physically, but painful for the whole family because they've lost somebody. Right, so with these words, I wish you well, look after yourself. Please go for your checks. If not, as an organization, I think you can invite a few community nurses to come and do some checks for your staff. But make your way to the hospital. You're private or public hospital. I think we can do that for ourselves and our families. And thank you once again.